Anybody there today? Hi, Melissa. Welcome to the kitchen. Barbara and Joyce, how are y'all today? Welcome to my kitchen. I'm probably not going to be on very long today either because I started a little earlier, but I'm going to tell y'all what I did, okay? I'm going to stick this stick of butter in the oven. I got my oven heating up, and I'm going to make a peach cobbler tonight. So I'm going to stick this in the oven to let it melt, so I'll be right back with you. I'm good, Melissa. How are you? Melissa Hill, hey. Okay, y'all, so I went ahead and put my butter in the oven. I'm going to go ahead and start my cobbler first. Now, you probably know exactly what I'm going to do because it's just like, I think I made a blackberry cobbler before. So tonight I'm going to make a peach cobbler. And I make the dunk kind where you melt a stick of butter in your pan. Hi, Cindy. And I'm going to do a cup. I think that's a half a cup. A cup of flour. And then I'm going to add a cup of sugar. And then usually a cup of milk and your fruit. So let me mix this up. I forgot to get my whisk. I like to whisk it. I'm just going to whisk my sugar and my flour together to get it mixed up. Hi, Crystal. Hello, George. So I'm just kind of mixing my flour and my sugar together. Hey, Ron. Thanks for joining me a few minutes. You're going to have to jump off. All right, so I've just kind of mixed my sugar and my flour together. So I got a cup of flour, a cup of sugar. And I have these peaches that I canned this summer. So I'm going to put them, I'm going to use them, but I'm going to use, instead of milk, let me grab a measuring cup just a second. Instead of a cup of milk, I'm going to use a cup of this syrup that I put in my peaches as my liquid. I may not have a whole cup. I don't. I'm going to use what I got, though. Let's see what we got. No. Got about a half a cup. So it'll be a half a cup of this syrup mixture. And then I'll use a half a cup of milk to finish it off. Hi, Carol and Susan. How are y'all? All right, I'm just gonna whisk this in. I got my oven heating up to 350. I started putting it on 400, but we're just gonna cook it on 350. I think that'll be fine. I'm just whisking this together, and then I'm gonna go ahead. I think I'm gonna wait about dumping my peaches in. I'm gonna dump them in when I put it in the pan and just kind of put them around. You can dump it all in together and then dump it in. It don't matter. It really don't matter. The butter is not hardly melted yet. Oven's at 350. Just make sure you get all the lumps out of your flour and your sugar mixture. But tonight, I'm probably not going to be on too awful long because it won't take to do what I'm doing. Like I said, I already started. I'm also making tonight homemade chicken noodle soup. Now, I started a little earlier. I took a late lunch today, so just before I went back to work from lunch, I put on some chicken to boil and some carrots and celery. So today I'm just using chicken breast, but if you had a whole chicken and you boiled that whole chicken, it would be very flavorful. But I'll tell you in a few minutes how I kind of did all that. I'm going to go ahead and grab my pan out of the oven that has the butter in it. It may not be completely melted yet, but it's got a good start. Well, I don't know. It probably needs to melt a little more, but I'm going to try to rush it up. I'm going to try to break this stick up a little bit and let it melt. Hey, Miss Cat. Hey, Leslie. Just run this around here and see if this will melt good. Well, this little thing, it just keeps running away from me. I was going to break it up. Ooh, I got butter on my shirt. That'll be a stain. I'll tell you, I'm awful about slopping stuff on my shirt. Okay, so now I'm going to just pour my bread batter in to this butter. And then I'm going to take my peaches and I'm just going to kind of lay them in. I could have chopped them up a little bit. These are slices. You could chop them up if you wanted to. There's actually a little more juice in there after you get the peaches out. So that'll be good. I'm just going to kind of do it around like so. Oh, one more peach. Those were those peaches that I canned earlier. So there we go, and I'm going to pop this in the oven and let it bake. I don't really know how long. I'll just wait and see how long it takes. Don't take too long. All right. Now, I have got that in the oven. Let me go ahead and grab this plate. Now, earlier today, oh good, that's at a rolling boil. I thawed out some chicken breasts. Mine are just boneless, skinless chicken breasts. Like I said, if you boiled a whole chicken, it would be very flavorful. But I would definitely take that chicken out and debone it and you know, pull the meat off the bone and pull the skin off and all that to put back into your soup. But I just use breast, and they're kind of tearing apart, which is what I want. But I'm going to pull them out and tear them on the rest of the way apart while my noodles are cooking. I like, in my chicken noodle soup, I like carrots and celery and noodles. Of course, chicken. Alright, that's got the big chunks out. Alright, so now, of course I didn't get a fork. I want a fork. A couple forks actually. Now, while my water's getting to, or my broth is getting to a rolling boil before I put my noodles in, I'm gonna go ahead and just tear this chicken into pieces. Like I said, a whole chicken would make really flavorful broth, but what I did when I put my chicken into the pot and I filled it full of water, I took some of these little chicken bouillon cubes because they are really flavorful, and I added 3 or 4 to the water. Depends on how much water and how much chicken, but I actually added 3, and then after it boiled and the water kind of boiled down a little bit, I added more water and 1 more of these. And that just gives it more flavor because I didn't have the skin and the bones and all that flavoring up my broth. That really intensifies it and makes it a lot better. Or you could put just chicken broth, if you bought chicken broth, put in there. So I put in my pot my chicken and my carrots. I had about 1.5 cups probably of carrots and about 1 cup of celery. I had those chopped up, chopped carrots and chopped celery. And I wanted the celery and the carrots to cook with the chicken because it gets it really good and flavorful as well. So now my water's boiling, and tonight I'm using egg noodles. Sometimes I just use spaghetti noodles, just whatever kind of noodles that you like. So tonight I'm just using egg noodles. And this was boiling. I thought, let me put the lid back on and turn it up high. There we go. Let me get that good and boiling good. My battery's trying to go low on me. Let me see if I can take care of that. Hopefully it won't die. I forgot to plug my phone up this afternoon, so it may die. Let me go ahead and see if I can get it plugged up while we're waiting on that water to start boiling over there. Let's see here. There we go. I think I got it. Maybe it won't fall off. Alright, so I boiled it for probably about an hour, and it was at a real high boil. I turned it down and just kind of let it simmer. Now you could totally put chicken and your veggies in the crock pot in the morning. I probably wouldn't put the noodles in because I don't want my noodles to just be soggy. It might be okay, I don't know, but I would, if I was going to make chicken noodle soup and I was going to be gone all day, I would start out and put my chicken, my carrots, celery, some of these bouillon cubes if you're doing the boneless, skinless chicken, and lots of water, of course. And hey, Katie. Hey, Sabrina. I season mine also with some seasoned oil and some garlic salt and black pepper. And I just let that cook all day. And then when you get home, your chicken and your veggies are all going to be done. And then you can put your water, your broth, over in a stock pot and turn it on and get it boiling. And add your noodles at the last minute, so that they don't get overdone. So we're going to let those boil. And when those get boiled good, I'm going to add my chicken back in, and then the soup is done. So that's pretty basic, pretty simple. Hey, Karen. And that's all I'm doing tonight. Some chicken noodle soup and a peach cobbler. And if you just joined me, I've got the peach cobbler already in the oven. And I use a dump recipe. It's a cup. So a cup of flour, a cup of sugar, and a cup of liquid. Whatever, if you want milk, or if you had, I had liquid juice in my peaches. And then your fruit, of course. So, and a stick of butter. Don't forget the butter. So that's all in the oven baking right now. Let me turn my light on so I can see. Yeah, it's baking up pretty good. And my noodles they're boiling. They're getting ready. It won't be long and this will be done. So, hello, Miss Gloria. And Laura. I don't know. Thank you, Cindy. I kind of just felt like eating something not fussy this week, so, hey, Addison Lee, my little great niece. So I'm just kind of trying, you know, different things. So I make homemade chicken noodle soup a lot, though. Well, not a lot. I make it every year, 2 or 3 times, but. I'm going to be doing some more soups and things like that coming up. Soup is one of my favorite things. I could eat soup several times a week. But I have to kind of pace Donnie on the soup because he's not, you know, he's not a huge fan. He doesn't like it as much as I do. So I texted him today and I said, I'm making chicken noodle soup tonight. Do you want me to make you something else? But he said he would eat it, so he's going to eat it. We'll see. And the chicken, like I just took a couple forks and tore it apart. And it, you know, if you want it smaller, you can make it smaller. But I'm gonna put it back in there when the noodles start cooking good, because I want to make sure there's plenty of liquid over there to cook these noodles. I started to use some fettuccine. I think I've got a pack of fettuccine noodles. I started to use those, but I like egg noodles in chicken noodle soup, so that's what I'm making. That's what I'm doing. And the peach cobbler was just the last minute thing. Hey Roger, Cindy, Selena. I hope everybody's good today. It is, let's see, what is it, Thursday? It's going to be a beautiful weekend here, I believe. Just looking at the weather, man, I'm not a weather person or anything. Looks like it's going to be in the 70s and low chances of rain, so I'm looking forward to it. Hey, hey. So, is there any, while we're waiting on my noodles to get done, does anybody have any questions, or does anybody have any suggestions on things to cook, or like I said, any questions on anything about cooking? I might not know the answer, but hey, I might. Hey Sherry, I hope you've made it home. Y'all had a wild week, haven't you, Sherry? My cousin Sherry has been in Gulf Shores, so I hope you've made it home. I know you were on your way. We're getting ready here because these noodles are they're getting soft. I could have also cooked this. What am I having tonight, Roger? I'm making homemade chicken noodle soup and a peach cobbler. So we're just waiting on the noodles to get done. You're on your way now? Will y'all be safe? I know Sherry says she's on her way home now. I know that had to be scary. I'm not about a hurricane now, I'm telling you. I hate storms. So I would probably have been scared to death. I was thinking about this. Yeah, grilled cheese sandwiches, they would be good. If Donnie wants one, I'll fix one. I'll just wait and see. I really don't want one, but I mean, I love them, but I'm probably gonna eat a lot of soup. But that would be good with it. I like to eat grilled cheese with tomato soup, and I like to eat grilled cheese with chili. I love chili. I love this time of year so that I can cook it. Chili and soup, all kinds of good stuff. But I was thinking about this earlier, and I started to use my Ninja Foodie pressure cooker and do the soup in it, because you could totally do that. You could put it all in there at the same time probably, but I just wanted to do it the way I normally do, which is on the stovetop. But like I said, if you have to leave home for work, put your chicken and your vegetables in your crock pot in the morning and cook it. Wow, 120 miles per hour wind. Sherry, I would have been freaking out. Y'all would not have wanted to be around me if I was in that. Hey, Brenda. Let me get my ladle out and get things kind of ready here. I don't know where my favorite ladle is. I think it may be in the dishwasher. That might be out here. Yeah, I think it's in the dishwasher. I'll use this one. Just waiting on these egg noodles to get done. I'm going to go ahead and put my chicken back into it, because I know the noodles are just about done. And I like a lot of broth. in my soups. That's why I keep adding water. When you're boiling meat, if you're boiling it pretty high, your water's gonna boil out. So I kept adding water to it and to make sure that I was gonna have enough broth when it got time to do the noodles. And you know, it depends on how much meat you want in your soup. If you don't want to put all this meat back in there, you can, you know, save it for something else. I'm gonna make mine good and meaty though. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in there. I've had those chicken breasts, I tell you, the chicken you buy these days, it's just enormous pieces. And so those chicken breasts were huge. And I only used 3 and it made a whole lot of chicken. So I'm gonna go ahead and stir this around a little bit. And y'all know Donnie will definitely be adding more pepper to it. I did put some pepper in it. I'm gonna see how done this noodle is. I like mine a little bit al dente. It's just about there. After it cooks a few more minutes, there'll be plenty. That pan handle is hot. In case anybody didn't catch me jerking away really fast. Let me check on my pie. It's still cooking, it's not brown yet. Just watch it, watch your cobbler while it's in the oven. And when it starts getting golden brown, you know it's done. So that butter will make it golden brown around the edges. And that's when it'll be really good. So. Sally wasn't playing, Sherry. No, I saw some pictures from down there and it didn't look like Sally was playing. So I'm glad y'all made it through safely though. Hey, Miss Ann and Peggy. Thanks for joining us. We're almost done here tonight. I'm making chicken noodle soup. So, you know, soup is something that it takes, for it to really be good, it takes it a little while to cook. So that's why I went ahead and started it early. And I thought I would just tell y'all what I did. You can make it pretty quick and it's fine. Just put your chicken in there and turn it up and boil it. When it gets done, put your noodles in. I always like I said earlier, boil your carrots and your celery with your chicken so that it flavors up that chicken really good. So it's coming along nicely though. I can't wait. I love soup. I love soup. And the pie, that was a last minute idea. I thought maybe if I was feeding Donnie chicken noodle soup, if I had him a little bit of pie to go with it, he might be happier. And you know, I wouldn't mind a little pie either, so. I thought about making a blueberry cobbler. I have blueberries in the freezer. They are so delicious. And a blueberry cobbler, I love blackberry cobbler, but I have learned that, you know, I like blueberry just as well as I do blackberry. Maybe even better. You don't have all those seeds. So, any kind of fruit, though, you've got, makes good cobblers. So. Hello, Miss Sharon. I feel like I'm just standing here doing nothing because it's all cooking right now. So, I'm probably boring y'all to death. Some good crusty bread would be good with this too. Roger said some grilled cheese sandwiches. Those would be good. And some good, I like my bread really toasted and crusty. So like if you had some French bread and you put some olive oil and butter on it, stuck it in the oven and got it good and crispy all on the edges, dip that into that chicken noodle soup. That would be fine, wouldn't it? Alright, I think this is really boiling, so I think it's probably done. I'm going to go ahead and ladle up a bowl of it. I'm going turn it down. It is really meaty too. I like a lot of broth in mine, so I'm going to try to get a lot of broth. And it's really hot. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can. Yum, yum. I may add a little bit of black pepper just at the end here. Stir that around. My favorite part is the broth. Let me get a noodle in here. I didn't get a noodle. I like noodles too. And the broth. It's really hot. I'm gonna have to blow this because it is really hot. That broth is so good. I could just eat the broth. Carrots are good and soft. I like to leave my carrots kind of chunky because I want to know they're in there. You know, see how chunky that carrot is? I like to know they're in there. Now I cut the celery up pretty small. I just sliced it up and a lot of it just cooked away. If you don't have celery, you don't have to put it in there, and if you don't like celery, you don't have to put it in there. But you can also, I have made it before when I didn't even have any celery, but had some celery salt, and I added that to it. But I like mine very basic. So this chicken noodle soup, just to recap, I used 3 large boneless, skinless chicken breasts. I boiled them in about 8 cups of water with 3, actually I used 4 chicken bouillon cubes. I ended up adding probably another 3 or 4 after it boiled, just to keep that broth. Salt, garlic salt, pepper to taste, about 1.5 cups of carrots, about 1 cup of chopped celery, and let all that boil until it's good and tender and flavorful. And then I took the meat out and shredded it, brought my broth up to a rolling boil, and added egg noodles and cooked them till they were done. Make sure you put your meat back in there. But that's it. It's very simple. Homemade chicken noodle soup is not hard. Not the way I make it. Now I make another chicken soup recipe. It's totally different than this. One day I'll make it for you. But this is my homemade chicken noodle soup, and it's good for the soul. Let me check on my cobbler and see if it's going to be done. It may not be done before y'all get tired of listening to me. It's still, I'm going to bump it up. Because I'm going to bump the temp up on it to about 400. Because it's done, it just needs to get browned up. So, hey Miss Sherry Robbins Daniel. Hey Kathy, yeah, I bet you will be glad to get home, Sherry. Y'all, I may have this ate before Donnie gets home. That's pretty good. Maybe not though. Maybe I can wait on him. It's hard sometimes because he's kind of late getting home a lot of nights. So it's hard to wait on him. Especially when I'm hungry. And I'm hungry tonight. So let's see. I was going to take it. Let me see if I can take y'all over here. Look at this oven. Ooh. So I've got my pie in there. See, it's risen up nice and fluffy. It's just not good and brown yet. So we're just gonna let it get brown. Hey Jill, Cheryl, and Miss Josephine. So we're just waiting on the pie to get done now. So I thank everybody for watching me today. Soup is on. The soup is done. We're just waiting on my pie. And that's going to be supper tonight. So for you who have just joined, I made homemade chicken noodle soup tonight. So you can go back and watch and see how I did that. Started it a little earlier and just finished it up. I know that's going to take a few more minutes. Hey, Leslie. Are you going to wait for the pie, Martha? Okay. You're going to stick with me and wait on that pie. All right. Well, I'm going to stay on then. Y'all going to stay with me. I'm going to stay. So, but y'all got to talk to me. I don't know what to say. I'm just standing here talking to myself. Fagan's not even in the house. The soup, oh man, yes, Jill. This soup is so good. I may have it ate before Donnie gets home. It is so good. I've just been wanting some kind of bland, not bland, it's not bland. I don't mean that. It's not bland at all. Just lighter food this week. I just didn't want anything heavy. So I go through phases like that. So that's why I wanted chicken noodle soup. Donnie's gonna get tired of chicken because we had chicken salad and he actually ate chicken salad last night. So noodle soup, but that's okay. I have made a peach cobbler, Jill. I made it from my peaches that I canned, that we got this summer. Thank you, Sherry. Yeah, it's very flavorful. That these chicken bouillons, they really flavor it up very good, and seasoned salt. Not just plain salt, the seasoned salt. It really adds a lot of flavor to it. Plain salt's fine, but the seasoned salt just gives it a little extra punch. Rod's favorite. I told Rod he was going to get fat. He sent me a picture this morning. Rod is my brother-in-law, for those of you that don't know. And his birthday was yesterday. And I think he's been celebrating all week long. He's had cobbler and cakes and I don't know what all. And this morning he sent me a picture of him eating a piece of Italian cream cake that one of my sister-in-laws had took him. So, I don't know. He's been celebrating all week, Jill. But he's welcome to some of my pie. And you are too. Brisket. Yeah, brisket is one of my favorite meats of all time. He had brisket on Sunday, and then he had fried chicken. I asked Jill how many birthday dinners does one person get. My birthday will be coming up before too long, Jill. Butterfinger cake. I love butterfinger cake. Man. I love any kind of cake though, pretty much. If y'all watch me very long, you learn there's not a whole lot I don't like. Except barbecue sauce, horseradish, and water chestnuts. Those are my nose. You might hook me up. All right, I might hold you to it too. I'm going to check on the pie again. I'm not going to open the door because that makes it... Hey, it's getting there. It's getting there, girls, boys, children of all ages. Yeah, that, like I said, if I hadn't have turned that down, those noodles would be nothing but mush. And I don't like them mushy. I like them just like that. It would be really good this weekend, Cheryl. Today got a little bit warm for soup, but Hey, the air conditioner's on, it's all right. But this weekend, it's gonna be cool, and I might have to make another kind of soup. I probably couldn't get by with it because Donnie carried, they had a dinner at work, and he carried some beef stew. So he's had beef stew this week, and now chicken soup, which I love beef stew too. I didn't get any of it. I had to smell that beef stew cooking all night because we put it in the crock pot, and I cooked it all night, and I didn't even get any of it. I should have got me a bowl before he left. Yeah, chili. I love chili. I love it. It is going to be chilly weather, I do believe, Jill. Ooh, y'all, it's getting there. It's getting there. It's almost done. I just went to get a little browner. So, you know what would be good on this cobbler, don't you? Yeah, some vanilla ice cream. I don't have any. The only kind of ice cream I've got is that yucky walnut ice cream. I bought Donnie some black walnut ice cream. He loves it, but he's not ate it all, and it's still sitting in my freezer because I don't care for it. I mean, I've ate a couple bowls of it because I just had to have some ice cream, but I just don't care for the black walnut. It's got a wang to it. Yeah. Tell Rod to bring the ice cream and we'll have some peach cobbler, Jill. Y'all, I'm getting anxious. It's getting there. For some people, they would take it out right now. But I really want it browner. So I'm not taking it out yet. I'm waiting. I'm waiting and waiting. I'm waiting. Yeah, Fagan's not even in here for me to talk to. He's out on the back deck. I've got him locked on the back deck, so he can't get down, but he'll probably come to the door before I get done, barking, wanting in. Y'all know how that happens. All right, counting down, y'all. I'm probably gonna go ahead and take it out. I'm gonna take it out and show you guys. I'll probably stick it back in because I would like for it to be a little browner. But can you see it? There we go. Peach cobbler. And I'm not gonna dig into it just yet, so trust me, it is good. Ooh, breakfast for supper. I love breakfast for supper. I'm gonna stick it in there another minute and let it brown up a little bit more, but that's it, folks. I love breakfast for supper. Danny, you're late. I just got finished making homemade chicken noodle soup and peach cobbler. So, it's all done. That was it. Pretty quick tonight. So y'all come on back and watch me next time, and go back and rewatch the video because I'll share it and you guys can go back and watch it if you missed it. But this chicken noodle soup is so easy to make. Anybody can make it. So, and the peach cobbler too. So thank you all for watching me, and I hope y'all have a great rest of the week and a great weekend. All right, bye-bye.